everyone, and welcome to my channel. So I just finished up at the Design Center, and let me tell you, I did not realize how stressful and overwhelming this process can be. So I had a certain budget set before I went into the Design Center, and it was just not realistic. So I ended up going way over budget than what I wanted to do. They also only give you like 4 hours total, so it's typically broken up into 2 days. So 2 hours one day I went, and then 2 hours the final day that I went, and that's all the time that you have to pretty much choose everything that you want and be certain that the finishes that you've chosen for your house is what you really want. So I definitely recommend, if you are getting a new home or customizing or renovating your home, definitely have a budget and definitely try not to go over your budget too much, especially if this is not your forever home. If this is a house that you plan on moving out in like 3 to 5 years, is it worth getting everything that you want? Or if this is your forever home, then, you know, of course, get the things that you do want. But I would definitely recommend to kind of see what you can go without and what you don't want to go without, and that'll definitely help with the budget aspect of the home. And let me just note that this is my first home, and this is not my forever home. This is not a home that I plan on staying in for more than like 3 to 5 years at the most. So I had to keep that in mind when I was making my final decisions at the Design Center. I also definitely recommend to see with your builder what comes standard and what is considered an upgrade, because I realized in those model homes, a lot of the finishes that I loved weren't standard, and those are actual upgrades that brings the price of that home up tremendously. So definitely see what comes standard and what comes as an upgrade. With some builders, they do have packages where you choose a package where, well, depending on that package, this is everything that you get as far as like the countertops and the cabinet colors and things like that, which can make it a little easier and not as overwhelming. But for the builder that I chose, you picked out all that stuff. So it's exciting, but it can also become very overwhelming and once again get you out of budget quickly. And I also definitely recommend to get input from someone who's been through this process before. I called so many different people. I called my best friend that's bought a home before. I had my mom come with me before one of my appointments. I also had another good friend of mine come that's an interior designer, and I'll link her information below. But I use so many different people's opinions to kind of see what can I get now, what are some things that I can add later on. So for example, like the lighting, I can get that done at a later time. I don't have to get that done with the builder. Or certain like doorknobs, the ones that I really wanted super expensive, I can get those changed out at a later date. That'll probably be a lot cheaper than with the builder. So things like that, just getting input and doing research, I definitely recommend before you go to the Design Center. Okay, so enough of my rambling, but if you've been through this process before, or if you have any tips or suggestions that you can leave for someone else that's going through this process, please leave your suggestions in the comment section below, and stay tuned to watch my process of designing my home. Okay, so I have to pick out tile for my master bathroom and then my additional bathrooms. And these are the upgraded tile. I did not like the standard options. And I think I kind of want to stick to like the gray family, so something gray. So I'm trying to decide like which look I want to go for.
It comes with a tile. It'll be the standard. Correct. Right. So these are
No, not all of them, just a couple.
that you can do on the shower floors, but they're just tinier, so people don't like that just because of the grout.
So after looking around for most of my bathrooms, I think I want to go with the marble look. I noticed in a lot of the model homes that I toured, the marble look in the bathroom was very popular. Plus it has that gray undertone that I'm looking for. So these are my two that I really like. I'm trying to pull up the picture from the model, because I think they have that one in there. I'm trying to see if I like this one, which is a little bit more intense, or this one that's a lot more subtle. I like this gray.
Right, here it is. We'll do black on the floor, and it really, and then do like the Calcutta on the wall, and it like kind of emphasizes it. Or you could do the gray with that on the floor, not the black.
So I just finished selecting the flooring for the bathroom. So now I have to choose the flooring for the kitchen, living room area, and entryway. I did decide that I wanted to go for more of a wood look in those areas, and I still kind of wanted to keep that like gray theme. So I did not like the standard options that came with the builder. On the far left side were the standard options, and the upgrades were more to the right, which were more expensive. But these were the three that I liked the most, and the first one was my favorite. Here's a look of the carpet options for the bedroom, and I also didn't know that I had to customize my stairway, so I'm going to choose the one where it's like the white back panel, and then I'm choosing, I think, the railing to the right, and then on the end post of the stairway, I'm going to choose the one to the left. Now I have to go choose finishes for the kitchen.
It's 42-inch uppers. So they're really tall. They have lots of storage, but the wall behind is going to be white. See, there's some...
Right.
But the other, because of the texture of the tile,
Yeah.
it's a little bit harder to clean.
The granite is pretty, but I have heard that it's a lot of work.
It is.
The far left is the standard options for the kitchen countertops that I did not like. And for me, for this being my first home, the kitchen and the bathroom were the most important areas that I upgraded. And I did like both granite and quartz, but I was leaning more towards the quartz countertops, but they did have a lot of options. So I did like some of the quartz options just a little bit more because I just feel like they're a little bit easier to clean and maintain. So these were different like backsplashes that you can choose for the kitchen as well as your fireplace. They did have some standard options that weren't too bad, but I kind of wanted to just get a look to see what other options that they had. I was told that this is something that you can switch out later that could be a little bit cheaper than going through the builder. But like I said, I just kind of wanted to see what all they offered. I did really like this one, but after looking at the price, it was pretty pricey. But it did match like the color scheme I was kind of going for, because that was the countertop that I chose. But the one that the builder had, it was like a brick look, kind of similar to this one here, and you could choose it in gray or white. So it wasn't horrible, and it would be like free and included with the price without me having to pay an extra fee.
And then that would be in the shower right there. This is what's on your tub, but in this color. That's the nickel color right there. But see, that's chrome. See them together? It doesn't stick out.
So this is the one I will be getting right here with that, and then that in chrome. This one is the one I wanted, but it was too much of an upgrade. So I did.
This is the standard, like this.
Yeah, those are standard. So this is a look of my final selections. This was not easy, but I'm so excited to see how everything turns out. Thank you so much for watching this video, and stay tuned for my next one.